Every year, the world sends hundreds of billions of dollars to fight poverty. Charity concerts, donations, government aids, and yet the same countries remains poor. The same communities still suffers. So, I started asking a dangerous question. What if poverty isn't just a tragedy, but an industry? There is a term critics use, the poverty industrial complex. It describes a system where poverty doesn't just exist. It creates jobs. Poverty creates career, contracts, and funding streams. According to the world, thousands of the NGOs operate in poor countries, managing health programs, education projects, food aids, and development plans. Many do life-saving works, but the structure of the system creates a powerful incentives. If poverty disappears, funding disappears too. Here is how the machine works. Money flows from donor governments to large NGOs, to sub-NGOs, then to local projects. But before money reaches communities, it passes through layers of administrations, salaries, consultants, monitoring team, reports, and audits. Critics argue that large portion of the aid budget covers operational structure, not direct transformation. NGOs don't just deliver aid, they must compete for funding by showing this kind of pictures to donors. NGOs must show that there is an urgent problem. Some critics say poverty becomes marketable. It is documented, photographed, reported, and presented to donors as proof more funding is needed. While we investigated into the development zone we met in Liberia in Kenya, the journalist we met describes how poverty becomes a resource that sustains NGOs' presence. After the Haiti's 2010 earthquake, billions were pledged for reconstruction. Years later, many Haitians asked, where did the money go? A PBS investigation examined concern about transparency and how much aid reached ordinary people versus contractors and organizations managing projects. This raised a global debate. Is aid building independence or sustaining poverty? The problem is that if there are plenty NGOs in a country that subsidize the food prices and healthcare products, then local businesses will fall because people will prefer to go to NGO hospitals and others NGOs than to patronize their own local hospitals. So when the NGO is eventually out of the country after they have finished their program, then poverty will reclaim its rightful place in the country and continues the cycle. Another problem is that it reduces government's responsibilities. Government forget that NGO provides short-term solution for a long-term problem, and so they will fail to invest in areas that the NGOs are currently supporting, like the health sector, agriculture, and etc. All of these problems create dependency on a project that ends when funding stops. Instead of building strong local system, short funding cycles can repeat emergency-style intervention. The result becomes poverty doesn't end, it is managed. US leadership under Donald Trump freezed all foreign aids.
We are freezing almost all foreign aid. This is a major step to put America first. No more waste.
Arguing that it should align with national interest and reduce what his administration viewed as waste and ideological spending. This decision disrupted funding pipelines that many NGOs rely on. Imagine if you're a HIV patient and you rely on NGOs to supply your HIV medication, and all of a sudden Donald Trump stopped the funding, stopped NGOs from working, freeze the whole account. And how will you get your medication? This thing exposes the inefficiency in the aid system. Critics warn that it may harm vulnerable population and life-saving programs. The debate itself reveals something important. Aid is not just charity. It is geopolitics, money, and power. This doesn't mean many NGO is corrupt. Many workers risk their lives to help others, but the system they operate in has an uncomfortable truth, which is poverty feeds the industry built to fight it. Poverty is not only a humanitarian crisis, it is also an economic ecosystem, and ecosystems protect themselves.